That's why you're going down, listeners. That's why, and I'm not talking about our general listeners, but new listeners that tune in every millisecond. That's why you're going to lose everything you got, because you have this fake image in your mind of something that doesn't exist and never even existed, but it certainly doesn't exist now. See, once you've bought into the con game, a lot of people get into Ponzi schemes and scams. And once they've invested in it, the Ponzi schemer comes back and says, yeah, you can get your 100,000 back. You got to give me another 100,000. That's the only way I can get you your money back. And these people will go and get the money. Ponzi scammers show up at their favorite places at nice country clubs. You got well-to-do retirees with a few million in the bank that think they're part of the elite. They always claim they're a British Royal or a Rockefeller or a Rothschild, and they drive up in a fancy Bentley and come and kiss the old women on the hands and make them feel important and talk about an investment they've got that's so incredible, but no one can be involved in it. Then they'll pick one or two people, and they'll go, oh, yes, I invested $20,000 and got $10,000 back the next week. Then every old lady, it's usually women that go for the scams. That's why 80% of advertising targets women, mainline advertising. It's just easier to sell women. It's not that you're stupid. You're just more trusting. Men are just as dumbed down with stuff that targets them. They've gotten better at that. But the point is, men used to be more wily. They're actually a lot stupider in many cases now. The point is they come to them and they say, oh, yeah, you saw what Mrs. Johnson just got, $10,000 in 1 week. And so every old woman in the country club goes and shakes down their husband or shakes down their bank account, and they give the guy hundreds of thousands greedily. And he skips town. And the old women are always in the news in Rhode Island or in Dallas, Texas. I see the cases every week going, I still believe Wilford Rothschild IX is going to give me my $1 million. I believe people calling him corrupt have driven him out of the town. Wilford, I loved the drinks we had together that evening. Please come back, Wilford, and I will defend you in court. I mean, that's how they operate. And it was the same thing in Hardin, Montana, with this con artist dropping out of nowhere, taking over the police department, driving around in his own vehicles, taking over the prison, foreign con artist, criminal with foreign troops. The public, once they went along with the con, they don't care if the attorney general tells them it's all criminal and a fraud and a lie. They are even defending it more now. They want to be raped. They want to be robbed. They want to be scammed. They love the government as long as it's in a uniform, as long as it's reading off a teleprompter, as long as it's evil, they love it. That's a diseased nation. Let's jam a call in here. I'm out of control. You know, I have these computerized phone system, and it just crashed in front of me. So I don't know how. John in Louisiana, you're on the air. Welcome.
How you doing, Alex?
Good. What do you think of the rant today? I'm pretty upset.
Oh, yes. But, man, let me just tell you, people are waking up. You're waking millions up. We've woken up a bunch of people. And the only people that are going to end up in the camps, probably so, are the people that refuse to believe all this, that deny it all. The FEMA camps are real. There's too much proof.
Listen, the majority of the Germans denied that Hitler had even arrested anybody. There's still old people over there. Most of the men are dead, but there's still old women denying it, going, hey, Hitler did nothing. I don't think they're good for me. It's the same thing with the American people. Don't feel bad, Germans. I'm not making fun of you. I just made fun of Southerners, and I'm a Southerner. You know, with the, I love Rothschild IV. I'm going to be quite rich. I'm sorry.
But I would like to ask you a question. What do you think Russia's take is on the war? We're like trying to launch a war on Iran. Of course, they're going to say there's
Obama said he's going to pull the missile systems out, and Russia said, hell yeah, blow the hell out of Iran. Russia's corrupt. Man. Russia's just they're just not as powerful.
I would figure. I mean, why not? I mean, they had,
hey, think about this. Russia got the missiles. Hold on. Russia just got snuck attack last year. So Russia says, fine, you pull your troops out of Georgia, you pull them out of Poland, you stop menacing us, you can have Iran. Because what's Russia's #1 export? Oil. And so they're going to make a lot of money when Israel blows the daylights out of Iran. So they're like, go ahead, blow them down. Russia and Iran used to be enemies. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes.
But again, I'm suspect with Homeland Security because I know how to find Russia on a map. And let me tell you, nowadays with the police, they kind of get paranoid when you even know how to talk. America is like Idiocracy. If you know how to talk. Have you seen that movie, Idiocracy?
No, I haven't.
It's Mike Judge, great film. I mean, if you know how to talk now, it means you're Al-Qaeda. I mean, you should have seen the Billings, Montana people. They were on the TSA. Were literally like just walking around going, staring at, and the locals were, oh God, I'm so sorry. And they found a mascara in one lady's bag. Even under the TSA rules, it's allowed. And they griped at her, and she was, oh God, I love you. Please don't take me. I'm sorry. And the people were feeding, yes, I'm TSA. Worship me. I got power. I got some badge on. I'm God. Hello, friends. Did you know a lot of U.S. government officials become Knights of the Crown in England? You know, when you become a peer, that you get free houses, all sorts of special perks. Most of England's owned by the Queen of England. She walls most of the nation off. Every time I'm in London, they just randomly shut off parts of the city, and the buses let you know, at the Queen's Pleasure, this part of the city is shut down. At the Queen's Pleasure, the river is shut down for 4 hours today. And she just does that to exercise her power. In Australia, when they tried to vote a corrupt government out in '79, the Queen fluttered in and said, I'm kicking you all out. That happened last year in Canada when they wouldn't go along with her orders. She just said, it wasn't last year, it was in January of this year. Look at this, Tony Blair. I wrote an article 6 years ago saying he was trying to bring England into the EU without a vote by stealth. And now and I said he would be rewarded by being the head of the EU, the little dictator. Well, here it is. Tony Blair, the EU president no one really wants. There he is. And by the way, France voted it down, expanding EU power from almost dictatorship to total dictatorship. So did Ireland. Well, they just kept revoting. And now they said Friday, and the votes aren't counted yet because they don't have electronic voting machines, but it looks like the Lisbon Treaty passes. And the British government doesn't care if 85% of Brits won't go along with the EU. In major polls, it's between 75 and 95, depending on the poll. I just say 85. It's very high numbers. You can pull them up for yourselves. They're just having the bureaucracy do it. Just like in the U.S., we're already under the North American Union by treaty. Tony Blair, the EU president no one really wants. Times of London. I mean, you just never get rid of these people. Let's go to your phone calls. Scott in Connecticut, you're on the air.
Hey, what's up, Alex? Honor to talk to you. Look, I got to tell you, man, you're fired up tonight. When I listen to your podcast, it gets me fired up because I like to press out 315 on the Smith machine just listening to you. Seriously, I saw something today that was really kind of bothersome. I was down at the local, I don't want to say X-Mart store.
Well, why not say where you were at? Tell us where you were at.
Kmart. I can't believe they're still open, but I was at a Kmart, and there was a police department display. They had the cherry picker out. Kids were going up for rides, a couple cop cars. But they had those damn police tanks out there, and the guys that were walking around them weren't wearing, like, T-shirts with, yellow police on the back. They were wearing green, like, BDU-type uniforms with baseball caps, and I thought that was kind of odd. And I was just curious if anyone else had seen something like that.
I'm looking for my article here. Here it is. Marine aircraft causes damage in neighborhood. They thought it was a big storm or even a tornado that caused damage to their properties. Then they realized it was a low-flying military aircraft. And it says it happened Tuesday evening on Willow Street in Frankfurt. A Marine Corps officer said it was part of an urban training exercise where the Osprey aircraft, very dangerous, by the way. Those things are always crashing. They don't even let those fly over cities usually, but land in tight spaces. Neighbors say the aircraft was flying right over the rooftops. An Osprey. Do you have any idea how deadly dangerous? Those things aren't even cleared to fly yet, I thought. They're the pull up an Osprey. Yeah, the tilt-wing aircraft with the big propellers. Captain Robert Schufer, the 24th Marine Expeditionary Unit, apologized to neighbors. Folks, Delta Force crashed in Houston. Delta Force fired into an all-night restaurant in Miami, hitting the table. Pieces of glass went in the woman's face. They bribed the San Antonio government till the police chief stopped it. They tried to bribe the Travis County government. I mean, this is on record. The Army is involved putting liaison officers in everywhere. They're involved taking over, and they're doing urban warfare drills, admittedly, to acclimate the public. We've had them come up to us in Hebron, Maryland, and say, turn your cameras off or we're going to arrest you, as they practice taking over the city hall. Now, what's happening here? Now they just admit, no longer is it drills. There's an Osprey, deadly dangerous. Those were flying over people's houses. Okay? Gigantic aircraft. Incredible thrust on those babies. I mean, that'll rip the shingles right off roofs. You get within 100 feet of a house.